All right, we're joined by Lakeland College men's volleyball coach Chris Brandt. Chris is in his second season coaching the team, and tomorrow night the Muskies men's volleyball team will be opening its season against Cardinal Stritch University, and a different opener for the Muskies as they will be playing their first match ever as a varsity program tomorrow night. And Coach, just wanted to ask you, this is your second season as the coach. How has this preseason been different from last year as far as preparing for a different level of competition?
I think the biggest difference with this year is the team's a lot more focused. They seem to be very motivated. They have a lot of goals that are set pretty high, but I personally think they're definitely attainable. While we're preparing, it's definitely important that we noted that all the teams that we're playing against this year are going to be just as prepared for us as we are for them. In comparison in the past where there might be teams that didn't even have coaches, we'd come out and we'd know things about them and they had no idea about us. This year, the whole tables are turned. So. Sure.
And you kind of mentioned that teams a little bit, some of the club teams didn't always have coaches when they would travel even. What else might fans notice different this year compared to the past with the men's volleyball team or at a match? Obviously, you'll be playing some different opponents, other things like that.
I think with our team personally, you're going to see a lot more depth. I know last year we had about 12 guys on the roster, and we had our starting 6 players. A few other guys were coming off the bench, but besides that, if there was a starter struggling, they had to work it out on the court. This year, we're confident that if somebody's struggling out there, we can put somebody else in without the team dropping their level of play.
Sure, and do you want to mention just a couple of your returnees from last year, a couple of your key guys back this year?
Yeah, a few of the guys that we're looking that are going to have impact this year is Al Kredlik on the outside. We got the middles coming back, and Ralph Kokoska and Matt Blinsky. And then we also have our setter from last year back in Dane Erickson, and then also our libero Cole Ayazi.
Sure. Lakeland this year will be in the Continental Volleyball Conference, which lives up to its name with teams from pretty much all over. Can you tell us a little bit about the conference?
Yeah, the conference consists of teams from the Midwest, which is called the west side of the conference, and then a few teams from the east, which is the east side of the conference. It is one of the strongest conferences in the country, which was pretty awesome for us to be able to get the opportunity to play in this conference. Currently, there's 3 teams that are ranked in the top 15 in the country, and I wouldn't be surprised by the middle of the season that there might be 4 or 5.
Sure. Yeah, teams, for those not familiar, which is most of us, teams from Pennsylvania, Virginia, as well as in the Midwest here, all the way down to Missouri. And finally, tomorrow night you're opening against Cardinal Stritch. Obviously, as we said, different opponents this year. How much do you know about Stritch going into this first match?
Not too much, surprisingly. They are an NAIA program, so they play under a few different rules than we do, and they're coming to our gym, so that'll be kind of nice. Maybe it'll give us a little bit of an advantage. But I do know from the past they've always had a strong program. They're number 8 in the country in NAIA going into the season, so it'll definitely be a tough test to start the season.
All right, well, appreciate it, Coach. Thanks a lot, and good luck tomorrow night. Muskies will be playing right here in the Wolton Gym, 7 p.m. against Cardinal Stritch.
Thanks, Adam.